be their last game, but possibly it could be a lead-in into the finals. And we welcome you to the Olney Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel, courtesy of Drew and Taryn Bunting and all our great sponsors. Mark Weiler here along with Josh Brown. Josh, good game for the Olney All-Stars to finish up on, hopefully in the victory column.
Well, you'd like to at least hope so. I mean, this is your last chance to get into the win column, but there's a added incentive if you're Beardstown today. There is an outside chance, a small percentage chance, you'll be able to make the Final Four that starts tomorrow, and we'll go through that here in just a few minutes. But that's it's something that's got to be on their mind, and if you're Olney, you have a chance to play spoiler.
Yep. Boy, a lot of different conditions here today. Yesterday we were down along the Illinois River over in Utica and had humidity readings in the 90 percentile readings, temperatures in the mid-90s. Feels like temperature was over 100, a lot of stickiness. Now a lot of difference in the temperature, 85 degrees, 49% relative humidity. Sunshine, but we have a slightly northeast wind that is a little bit different than yesterday with that lower humidity.
And a wind blowing just briskly enough that might have some effect on balls that get up high in the air.
Yep, especially because it's got the short porch in right field down the line. It's 185 feet, 190 about due away center, and then down the left field line at 200 feet. But it's blowing out from home to right field, so that could make a little bit of a difference here this afternoon and evening for this contest.
Yeah, and again, we're going to go through here in just a few minutes some of the scenarios to keep an eye on. As I'll try to keep an eye on some of those throughout the game as well. But a game that could very well be determined by runs that get scored today. And if you're Beardstown, you have to take advantage of it. And if you're Olney, you have to mount up an effort. You don't want to go home with a donut.
Yep. Quick update: the 11-year-olds were rained out last night, so they will not play until tomorrow evening at 7:30. They're in the final 8 single elimination tournament. They'll be playing in Westmont and/or Hinsdale with, their season in the tournament on the line. They have to win to take out in that single elimination tournament. 10 and under squad playing in Blue Island are 2-0. They have a chance to get into the Final Four at that tournament like this one. They'll send the Final Four into semifinal play on Wednesday. Well, now it'll be Thursday, and then they'll be possibly taking on in the Final Four. However, they have 2 games tomorrow. They were rained out yesterday, actually stormed out with tornadoes and other bad weather there, and did not play today, believe it or not, which may have had something to do with the weather and the ground conditions. But they'll play 2 games tomorrow, the 10 and under squad. So best of luck to them there on Wednesday, and the 11 and under squad, of course, coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, again, a chance for a couple at least of the Olney All-Star teams to make a little bit of a run and a chance to do some damage here in the postseason. And it's always good at least to go up somewhere and get some wins and enjoy it when you're younger, because you never know if you're going to get it when you're older.
Yep. And Josh, of course, before we get started, teams have completed their infield. We're waiting to get the national anthem and lineups if they are going to do that this evening. But a big thanks going out not only to our sponsors, to Drew and Taryn, of course, making it all possible. The people who sponsored the district tournament, along with those who are sponsoring us here this weekend and this week. But also a couple of other people we say thanks to, including the picture man.
Yeah, Justin Hatton, I've always told people for a long time Olney was blessed. I mean, everybody, you could almost guarantee you'd hear you on every OCC broadcast and every Olney Tiger football game. You're for sure to get some of the best pictures and all of, like, especially local sports. Justin Hatton does a fantastic job with that, and he's here tonight, today, this weekend. Maybe a little bit because his son plays a little too, but he does a fantastic job with pictures. He posts them up on his Facebook page, so all those fans at home, grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents, they can go on and see the fantastic job he does. He's the best picture guy in the business.
Well, and back home, Stephanie does a really good job on the Facebook page for Little League baseball and softball, and of course keeps everyone up to date. We appreciate her and the rest of the board members back at home for what they do for the Little League program in Olney and all of Richland County.
Yeah, it takes more than just one team or a couple of coaches and some families. It takes a lot of people to make this stuff go.
The head coaches right now meeting at home plate with the umpires, of course, for Olney. That includes Bo Madden, along with Masika Mitchell, Justin Willey. On the Beardstown side, it's Brock Jones, Gus Vermillion, and Josh Shaver. So it'll be orange against orange here in this contest. The first team we've seen that's wearing orange other than Olney.
Yeah, a lot of teams I've seen up here are wearing some combination of red, white, or blue. We saw, I think, Hinsdale or Lansing, one of those two. I'm not for sure off the top of my head here. That was red last night. But only 2 teams are orange.
Yeah, and we did see Mendota that played after us last night were in yellow. So something different there. But Olney All-Stars in their orange jerseys with black pants, black letters and numbers, black hat, and the orange O. It's white pants and an orange jersey for Beardstown. They have stripes going horizontal across their jerseys with, they have black letters and white numbers, also a black cap and an orange B, of course, across the middle. So as the umpires and coaches wrap up their discussion, they are, of course, talking about the logistics of this field and maybe a reminder of some of the rules that are going on, within the tournament as well. And the winners, the top 4 teams, will go into that semifinal play, 2 games tomorrow evening. I believe they're at 5:45 each. And then they will come here to Peru for the championship game. I believe that's set for 8 o'clock.
I think that's right. Last time I looked at that schedule, that sounds about right. And, we'll talk throughout the broadcast when we have some time, some of the scenarios that have played out throughout this preliminary part of the tournament that could play to advantage of at least the 3 teams that have clinched their berth tomorrow.
Yeah. So a beautiful evening, maybe our best evening or day of baseball as we get set for this contest. Wish the best for the Olney All-Stars, and a big thanks to, again, everyone who helped us out, coaches, parents, grandparents, and the like. Makes it all worth what we're doing here for Little League Baseball.
Yeah, we're getting some recognition here of some of the teams before we get going. I think they're going to, at least sounds like they're going to announce the starting lineups here for us before we start the game and get into the anthem and some play here. So be interested to see what these 2 teams do. As again, once we get going, we'll kind of get more into the details, the X's and O's, the stuff you got to kind of keep an eye on throughout the game.
Okay, let's go ahead and check the lineups while they're doing it. Beardstown will lead off with Rawlings Caldwell at short. Asen Schaefer pitching, batting second. Harley Pate in right field will bat third. Raymond Lenz at first base, hitting fourth. Drew Gaffney in center will bat fifth. Then Brody Whitehead at third. Drew Alloway at second. Theo Vermillion catching. Trance Salvage will be a hitter. A designated hitter, actually. Quinn Richards will be in left, followed by Keelan Pilger and Vinny Mercedes. They are the visitors in this game. For Olney, they'll start out with a defense of Rhett Easton in left. Adler Widener will be in center. David Fleming in right. Then on the infield, it's Mason Hatton at third base. Madden Miller at short. Lucas Mitchell at second. And Marshall Weber at first. Archer Laughlin will be the starting pitcher. Curtis Halchin will be catching. And for the Olney All-Stars, it'll be Bodie Kermickle as the only non-player in the field.
Yep, as what they call him, the extra hitter.
Extra hitter.
Yep. So we'll.
That's a kind way, I guess, of playing it. But beautiful diamond here. Really, you suspect that it probably drains well by looking at it. We actually have a water drain right beside us that we discovered more real than we wanted to, right?
Yeah. Almost had to go find a way to get it open.
That'll be enough said about that. But, yeah, really nice. We're in Washington Park, and getting set for the national anthem will quiet things down for that. And we're back as the teams will meet with their coaches before we get underway. As we noted, Olney will be in the outfield first. They're the home squad in this contest. So the best of luck to these squads as they come into this contest. Of course, Beardstown has been in the past for Olney as far as past years in Little League Baseball. They're out of District 17. If you follow the Illinois River, which is just to the north of here, a mile or so, or actually south, runs right through Peru and Oglesby and LaSalle and Utica. Follow that all the way south and you'll run into Beardstown eventually down in Cass County. And they have been a nemesis for us in the past because we used to play in the same section.
Yeah.
Sections 1, 2, and 3 used to play with District 17 in the section, which was before the state level. And we had some pretty good battles with either Beardstown or Mount Sterling, which is located west of Beardstown. So we're familiar with the name, or at least some of us are that older, put it that way.
Yeah. Before we get started, I'm going to talk a little bit about the lineups or the schedules that are going to be going on today. Obviously, Beardstown only playing right here. We'll get into that throughout the broadcast. But Sterling and Moline, they're playing at Oglesby right now. That's two teams that are playing for pride. Neither one of those teams are going to be moving on, both among the 7 teams that have been eliminated already. Then right after us, Geneva and Mendota will play. Both those teams, again, eliminated already going into today. And then the game tonight at Oglesby will be Champaign-Urbana and Hinsdale. And Beardstown definitely will have their eyes on that game coming up here if they can win this one here today.
All right. Appreciate Josh keeping up with that. And also appreciate Josh doing all the technical work. I just kind of sit around and take care of jacking my jaws, but appreciate you doing what you do and helping out.
I'm just here to push buttons.
And carry the equipment.
Yeah.
Well, we're set to go. It'll be Raleigh's Caldwell stepping up, shortstop, right-handed hitter. Second start in this tournament for Archer Laughlin, right-handed thrower. Where's number 8 for Olney? And his first delivery is a foul ball hit to the left side, actually fielded by one of the coaches for Beardstown. And it's a 0-1 count to the leadoff hitter. Asen Shaver is on deck for Beardstown. And the 0-1, strike 2 called right at the belt. Good start. Boy, we talked about the start, Josh. Got to stay away from those walks.
A lot of early walks, a lot of first inning pitches thrown.
And here's the 0-2. Off speed, lifted into center, giving chase. What a catch out there, holding on to it by Adler Widener. Wow. The catch wasn't probably as impressive as holding on to the ball.
Adler, who plays a bunch of center field throughout his Little League days and his travel ball days, he showed that off here on that one.
Yeah, beautiful catch, running, caught it with his left hand, a glove hand over his shoulder, holding on to it as he went to the ground. And there's a shot over the head of Miller, Madden at short, getting to it quickly, and a one-hop throw back into second will hold Shaver to a one-out single. This Beardstown team can hit. We see them come from behind, Josh, and pick up a big win.
Yeah, they were held to 1 run against River Forest through 5 innings. They came back, actually lost that game.
Oh, that's right.
Came back
that's right.
and tied it, but they showed the ability to swing the bat.
They put some good hits into the field in that contest coming back. And the first pitch in to Harley Pate is a ball. He's a big, tall, right-handed hitter. They're right fielder. And the next delivery is over but low for ball 2.
Going back to that game with River Forest, it could come back to haunt Beardstown, especially if they win this one. That would have been their only loss in this kind of preliminary pool play.
Yeah, that one loss could keep them out.
It could keep them out.
Next pitch, foul back. Good cut. Good pitch as well. And the runner stays at first. 1 out hit by Shaver, their starting pitcher, by the way. On deck is Raymond Lynn, their cleanup hitter and first baseman. Here's Laughlin's 2-1 pitch. Outside low, ball 3.
Not a bad pitch, just kind of sailed on him, pulled it a little bit off the plate. But important 3-1 here. You don't want to put 2 guys on early.
So he'll check with Halcyon in the next delivery. Swing and a miss, strike two, and that will bring the count full. Throw down to first, not in time. Schaefer back in there quickly. And remember, they cannot leave that base until the ball passes the plate in State Little League Baseball. Here's Laughlin's payoff pitch to the plate. Strike three called. Got the big guy looking. Pate out on strikes. Big out, number two. Brings in Raymond Lynn. He'll hit from the right side with a runner at first and two away here in the top of the first. No score.
Throws him on a high fastball, and that's one that it's hard to hit, even at the upper echelon of levels.
There's ball one, outside and low for ball one. If anyone reaches, Drew Gaffney is the on-deck hitter. So 2 out and 1-0 pitch from Laughlin on its way to Lynn. And it's a base hit in the right. Fleming had it on one hop, gets it back to his cutoff man. So a couple of hits. Runners at first and second, 2 gone. Drew Gaffney to the plate. That's one thing we talked about, Josh, is the ability of Olney's All-Stars to hit their cutoff men.
They did a really good job. We talked about it earlier today. Executed a design like cut off in the middle of a steal attempt, cut a runner down at home, and they've done some really good things. Just unfortunately haven't strung a bunch together.
There's a base hit to center. They're going to hold the runner at third. So back-to-back hits with 2 gone. We'll load up the bases for Brody Whitehead.
Probably not a bad decision to hold him there, especially knowing you have to have so many runs. Adler's got a pretty strong arm in center, and he had a really good jump on that one.
Well, it's the first inning also. So you got Whitehead to the plate, another right-handed batter. Laughlin, who still pitches off the stretch, will check and pitch. It's high for ball one. First pitch hitting by Gaffney. He's aboard at first. With Lynn at second, Shaver at third. Beardstown threatening with bases loaded. 2 gone here in the top of the first. And ball 2 misses outside and low. On deck is their second baseman, Drew Alloway. So Laughlin is set. Gets his signal from his battery mate, Halcyon. And the pitch. Strike one at the knees. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
And despite all this with the bases loaded, Archer's still just 1 pitch of getting out of this thing scoreless.
Yep. He is set. Runners, of course, waiting on the bag. Here's the next pitch. Outside. Ball 3. Now he's got to bring this one in with a 3-1 count. It's Easton, Widener, and Fleming in the outfield from left to right. Hatton, Miller, Mitchell, Weber, infield from third to first. Halcyon catching Laughlin. Next pitch fouled back. Now it'll bring the count full to 3-2.
Again, went high and hard on that one. It's hard to get your bat on top of that one.
So the runners will be off after the pitch goes across the plate, or the batter hits it, obviously, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Big pitch from Laughlin. It is on the way, and it's low for ball 4. So a walk will bring in a run, 1-0. That moves Lynn to third, Gaffney to second, Whitehead to first. And it's all been done with 2 outs other than that 1-out hit.
A little surprised he didn't go back to the high fastball on that next pitch to try to get him to swing through it.
Here's Alloway. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. So 3 in a row have reached after that strikeout with a back-to-back single, and then a walk. And a foul back to the screen. Laughlin now has the batter set up with an 0-2 pitch, looking for his second K of the game.
And again, that was harder, more of a fastball in the upper part of the zone. They're having a hard time catching up to it.
Yep. So Archer is set. Here's his next pitch. Ooh, just outside and low for ball 1.
Change
Good.
the eye angle.
Yep, that's a good pitch. More or less a wasted pitch, as one would say. But he is set. Base is still full. The 1-2 pitch is line foul. right in front of us down the first base line.
Again, upper part of the zone. They weren't able to square it up. Fouled that one away.
A little bit of a late cut. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Theo Vermillion, the Beardstown catcher. Here's the next pitch. Strike 3 called. Beardstown comes away with 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the first, Olney to the plate. They trail 1-0. Back at Peru, the 12 and under Little League All-Star Baseball Tournament. It's all being hosted by the Illinois Valley Little League, Peru, LaSalle, Oglesby, all together with their Little League programs. And they're hosting it at 3 different sites. And here in Peru, it's the 3rd time Olney has been here on this field in a tournament. Seems like home.
Mm-hmm. And for the most part have played better in their 2 games here.
Yeah, they have. It'll be Widener, Madden, and Kermichael, first 3 batters, and Helton if anyone reaches, followed by Laughlin, Mitchell, Hatton, Easton, Weber, and Fleming. On the mound is Asen Shaver. He's a right-handed pitcher. His defense has Quinn Richards in left, Drew Gaffney in center, Harley Pate in right. On the infield, Brody Whitehead at third, Rawlings Caldwell at short, Drew Alloway at second, and Raymond Lynn at first. Catching Shaver will be Theo Vermillion. So Adler will lead it off, center fielder for Olney. Wears number 12, left-handed hitter. And he'll step in. First pitch from Shaver on the way. Strike 1 called. And an 0-1 count. And the next delivery on the way. String, ground ball to short, 2 hopper. Caldwell, throw to first. Boy, just in time. Made that close, but still got him about a half a step.
That's a kid you want on the base pass. Adler gets on the base pass, it changes your whole inning. He's so quick, especially between the bases. He reads things really well, and just unfortunately for the Olney offense, he's kind of held in check the last 3 games.
Brings in Miller Madden, also a left-handed stick. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Part of right field in the shade, not that that really matters, although the left fielder is dealing with some sunshine. Check swing, also a ground ball to short. Boy, strong throw. Good job by Lynn, the first baseman, of keeping his foot on the bag, Josh. Throws a little bit short. He had to really stretch out for that.
Here's somebody who could change your inning coming to the plate, Mark, with the wind blowing out a little bit. If Bodie can get this elevated, he showed that he can get it out of the ballpark.
Yep, he's already homered at this diamond once. Back on Saturday, he swings and misses at what looked to be an off-speed delivery. He's in the hole at 0-1. Right-handed hitter for Olney with 2 gone and bases empty here in the bottom of this first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Went upstairs on him there.
Told you, high and hard.
So we'll see how Bodie can guard the plate with Curtis Houchin on deck. Shaver is set quickly on the next pitch. Low, back to the screen, ball 1.
But again, just even looking at the pitch count, Archer kind of pushed his way, fought his way through 24-pitch inning. Olney's trying to attack early. Beardstown's throwing 7.
Yep. And the 8th one is on the way to Bodie Kermichael. He ducked out of the way from ball 2, and now a 2-2 count.
Gets a shake of the head as everybody in the dugout asking Bodie to wear it. That was up by the helmet.
And now the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, just outside and low. You can tell by the catcher's mitt that just missed.
That was a good pitch.
Yep. And the count is now full. So Shaver to Kermichael.
It's low.
Low, ball 4, 1 at bat. He watched 4 straight balls after getting in the hole, 0-2.
That brings Curtis Houch into the plate, and he's been really good defensively at catcher. He's kind of held people on. Nobody stole a base on his throwing. So it's been kind of good to see some up-and-coming catching.
Yep. So Curtis getting his shoe tied. He had to take off the catching equipment. Wasn't sure what Bodie was going to do with his at bat. But he drew a big 2-out walk. Represents a tying run at first. And Curtis will take ball 1 low. That's 5 straight balls thrown by Shaver. And now the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 outside and low. And 2-0 count. Hazen will bring the next one to the plate. That's high for ball 3.
That was a pretty good pitch, too, Mark. I thought that one had a chance. Just missed, not by much.
Just above the letters. And the 3-0 delivery is ball 4. Wow. 2 straight walks on 8 straight pitches.
The Hooch walks, bringing up Archer Laughlin.
So Archer Laughlin could help himself out as he'll step into the plate. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Only looking for their first lead of this tournament.
Might have a courtesy runner here for Curtis. Looks like we will. And if it is, and that puts Adler Widener, nope, it's going to be probably Miller, Madden on the bases.
For the catcher.
It will be Miller.
Yep. So Miller will come in. Miller, Madden, of course, be at first. And ground ball just foul past the third base bag down the right field line. Laughlin swinging at that first pitch.
Yeah, he had a really sharp hit ball yesterday. Maybe one of the hardest hit balls we've seen. Went right to the second baseman.
Well, the thing of it is, you knew that Schaefer was going to try to get that first pitch in after throwing 8 straight. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Another high fastball. Kermichael's at second, Madden at first. Olney threatening, trailing by a run, 2 out here in the first. And another foul ball. That gets over the fence. Foul territory. And with the 0-2 strike, Laughlin will step back in and try to guard that plate. And get Olney's first hit, maybe a run. Here's Shaver's next pitch. Swing, another foul ball to the right side.
Just threw the bat at that one, stayed alive.
And still a no ball 2 strike count. 5th pitch of this at bat. Coming up from Schaefer. And it's on the way. And a base hit in the left field. Kermichael will be held at third. And everybody will be safe. Kind of a late hold by Madden. Coach Bo Madden, probably a wise choice. And that'll load him up for Lucas Mitchell. First hit of the game, and a good job by Archer Laughlin to battle in that at bat. On a 5-pitch at bat. Now Shaver with the pitch low, got away from the catcher, but remember, we're back at Peru, not a lot of space in that backstop area. So it'll be ball 1, and here comes Coach out to talk to his pitcher.
Well, we have this moment on the mound. I'm going to talk a little bit about some things that you have to keep in mind here. So 3 teams are clinched tomorrow, Mark. 3 teams already 4-0. That's Western Springs, Bell Park, Burbank American. They're clinched. They will not be knocked out of this. Champaign-Urbana 3-0. They'll play the night game tonight. And there is 2 2-1 teams clinging to hope. Hinsdale, who plays Champaign, and Beardstown at 2-1. But the big thing, run differential is your tiebreaker, and Beardstown's going to have to score a bunch to try to get back into this thing.
Yeah, in the 30s, right?
Yeah, at maximum, if they score 37 runs, that could give them a chance at the next round if Champaign gets beat by only 1 run.
Wow. So some what ifs, as always, is the case in whatever tournament you're in. Next pitch is a swing and a miss. Now fouled back. Mitchell is in the hole at 1-2.
That's why that loss to River Forest, where you battle back and you send it to extra innings, is going to come back to really be a heartbreaker for Beardstown.
Yeah. And Shaver with the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. No runs, but a hit. Couple of walks. Bases loaded as the Olney All-Stars left the bases full. We have played 1 inning. Beardstown on top, 1-0.
At this time.
We're back at Peru, Illinois, side of the 12 and under Little League All-Star tournament here in Illinois. As the Olney All-Stars taking on Beardstown. Here in the final game for Olney, Beardstown still has a shot at moving on, but a 1-0 lead for Beardstown, the visiting team. And they will send up their 9, 10, and 11 hitters. Vermillion, Salvage, and then to the plate will be Richards.
The best chance, kind of doing some quick math in my head, so take this with a grain of salt. Beardstown's best chances for Hinsdale to win by about 11. Then they only have to score about 10 runs, or about a 20-run win to get back in this.
That will be a ground ball just past the glove. Tried to backhand it. An error, they ruled it on Lucas Mitchell. So Vermillion will reach on first pitch thrown to him. He's aboard. And that will bring up Trance Salvage, a right-handed hitter. Pitching is about even for these two squads. But there's another hit into left. Fielder on one hop, throw to second. No one was there, but Mitchell finally came in. It would have been close for maybe a fielder's choice, but I think the guy would have beat him there.
Yeah, the throw beat him there. Just you weren't on the base. That one was going to be one that you want to have back.
So an error and a single. Beardstown trying to add to their 1-0 lead here in the second. Richards will step to the plate. Ground ball is second. Mitchell will choose to go to first base for the sure put out. Probably a wise move.
Yes.
And on the out, Richards grounds out 4-3. So one away. They'll bring in Keelan Pilger. And he'll hit with runners at second and third. The number 11 hitter in the Beardstown lineup. He takes it over but low for ball 1.
Again, Beardstown's got to seize and really grab a hold of these runners in scoring position. You got to put a bunch of runs up today.
Next delivery, swing and a miss for strike 1. And a 1-1 count. Miller Madden playing kind of at the grass at short. Now Lucas Miller will come in. Weber comes in at first base as well. And the pitch is low for ball 2. So the infield will be in for Olney. Outfielders stay still about pretty much straight away. Laughlin will bring the 2-1 pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Good pitch low. Their number 12 hitter, Benny Mercedes, is on deck.
That's the kind of pitch Archer was trying to get in the first inning that some of the guys in the middle part of the order wouldn't expand the zone on.
And a good pitch there results in a strikeout. Third of the game for Laughlin. Now, big one is out number 2. First base is open. Brings in Benny Mercedes.
You know he wants to get this inning extended. Turn that lineup over. Get back to the top.
Right-handed hitter. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 called right at the belt. And Archer seems to be in rhythm, although they've hit the ball well the first couple of times. And the next pitch fouled down the left side.
Fought off the low one.
Yep. Fielded there in foul territory by Weber, who's really played well at first base last couple of games. And an 0-2 count. Laughlin looking for that 4th K. Here's the pitch. Just outside and low for ball 2.
Really good pitch, though. You're trying to get him to expand that zone, and he just didn't go for it. Hats up at the plate.
So a 2-2 count to Mercedes, an extra hitter. Ball 3 now misses outside and low. That count is full. First base is open. With a leadoff hitter, Caldwell is on deck. Laughlin set. Payoff pitch. Fouled back. Good pitch, good cut.
Yep.
And at the plate, Mercedes stays alive with that 3-2 count. Back into the infield, now a normal depth after that previous out. And that is a ball.
It's 2-2.
Oh, 2-2 count. So now it's full with the 3-2 count. Laughlin will have to bring this one in. He'll check and pitch. Grounded to right field, base hit. 1 run will score. Throw comes in to Weber. And an RBI single by Mercedes. Was a good pitch, but give Mercedes credit. He hit the ball into fair territory. And he scores Vermillion, who, by the way, reached on that error. So an unearned run, and it's a 2-0 lead for Beardstown.
You know, unearned runs are one thing that when you get to the majors, that helps get you paid a little bit more. But the pitchers never like to give up the run, earned or not.
And the first pitch is high. Leadoff hitter Rawlings Caldwell, who flew out to center field in his first at bat. Runners are at the corners now at first and third for Beardstown. With 2 away. And a high fly ball into deep left right center. And that'll be over the fence for a home run. Quite frankly, that kind of looked like it went between the top of the fence and the yellow, but home run ruled nonetheless.
Yeah, it went over the yellow, but before the big fence where it kind of breaks.
Yeah, so 3 runs shot by Caldwell. That changes the picture a lot. And it increases that Beardstown lead 4-0. Brings Coach Madden now the dugout. He'll talk to his pitcher and team. Keep things in perspective here as you're only in the top of the 2nd inning.
Yeah, 41 pitches for Archer. Again, this has been the bugaboo all weekend and the start of the week. A lot of pitches. Really, pitchers not able to go deep into games. You saw Emmett Coker, which he wasn't going to be able to be here the rest of the week. He pushed through 85, and Archer's his Little League career is done after today anyway, so you might see how much longer they still go with him or if they're going to let him roll for 85.
Yeah. Well, and also, you look at this tournament when it was first scheduled with the original setup. Olney was supposed to play 2 games Saturday, 1 game Sunday, and then you would go into the 8-team single elimination tournament Monday. 1 team dropped out. They added games with no real format. other than kind of pick and choose, and Olney kind of got the raw deal on some of the teams we played.
Yeah, they have played. Almost everybody has either a 2-2 record or better. They've played 2 of the undefeated teams, and one, River Forest, was right there.
And the next pitch is a ground out to short. Good play by Madden as Shavers retired on the 6-3 putout. But not before. 3-run shot by Rawlings Caldwell. It was 4 runs in the books for Beardstown. And they did it on 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody stranded. Go to the bottom of the second. Beardstown now on top. Should be 4-0. We're back to Peru, Illinois for the 12-year-old and under All-Star State Tournament here in Illinois. It is a 5-0 lead for Beardstown as they scored 4 runs on 3 hits in the top of this second inning. Beardstown will go to their bullpen, for lack of a better term, as they'll have Brody Whitehead become the next pitcher, a right-handed thrower. And he will face Hatton, Easton, and Weber. And then Fleming, if anyone reaches, here in the bottom of the second inning.
And this is where managers earn their non-paycheck, Mark. They have to play. If you're Beardstown, you still have to play like you're going to go and be a part of tomorrow's. If you get up that much, you're risking the run rule, ending your game early. It's a tricky situation.
Yeah, to say the least. So the first pitch in is a foul back. Now a ground ball to second. Well hit ball, and Hatton grounds out on the 6-3 putout. So it brings up Rhett Easton, his first at bat, the left fielder for Olney. Whitehead will move into pitch. Schaefer goes to short. Shortstop Rawlings Caldwell will go to third. And a foul back to the screen, strike 1 on Easton. Right-handed hitter. Wears number 2 on the back of the Olney jersey. And the 0-1 delivery. Swinging of a base hit in the right field. Under the right fielder's glove. He's going to go to second. Here comes the throw. Not in time. It will be a single, then an error for Easton. And with a runner in scoring position, Weber will step in, the left-handed hitter, who has hit the ball well also for Olney this tournament. The left-handed hitter takes a pitch outside for ball 1. So running the first, 4 in the second for Beardstown. Olney trying to get on the scoreboard. With a runner at second base and only 1 out. That's ball 2 to Weber. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Weber's leaning into those pitches.
Marshall Weber's had a pretty good little state tournament here. He's kind of maneuvered some to first base, which is where Mason Hatton had been playing. He's had to go to third because Emmett Coker had his vacation, so the lineup's been maneuvered around a little bit, and Marshall's made some really good defensive plays over here at first base.
Yep, and a good at bat with a 4-pitch walk. So staying at second will be Easton with that 1-out hit. Weber at first, and that brings in David Fleming Swing and a miss for strike one.
Fleming had a good inning in the first game we played, Mark, in that sixth inning where the Olney rally really got going. He was a part of it.
Yep, big part of it. Had a hit in that inning. Looks at the next pitch outside for ball one. Fleming, the right fielder for Olney, right-handed hitter. 2-on-1 out in the second. And he steps away from an inside pitch for ball two. Second pitcher of the day for Beardstown.
You can see David hop out of the play there on the inside part of the plate.
And it's fouled back. Just got a piece of a high fastball back to the screen. Leadoff hitter is on deck, Adler Widener. A 2-2 count to the number 10 hitter. Ground ball to second. Flips to his shortstop for the force out. That's all they're going to get. So Fleming will ground into the fielder's choice on the 4-6 putout of Weber. 2 gone. Runners will be at the corners for Olney. Possible run down at third base. And it brings in Miller Madden.
Adler
Adler Widener.
Good at bat, hit one to short, almost beat a throw out at first base his first time up.
Just missed it by about a half a step. And the first pitch in, ball one. So 2 gone. We are in the bottom of the second. Only trying to get on the board, trailing 5-0. There's ball two, misses outside, and trotting down to second base will be Fleming.
And one thing, I can't really tell from my angle, but a lot of times you'll see like the catcher, if he turns his mitt over a little bit, it might help deceive a little bit on the outside pitch.
Ooh,
that time he didn't turn it over.
Yeah. High strike on that call on a 2-0 count. And Adler will be ready to hit here with the 2-1 delivery. It's on the way. Takes it high for ball three. Pretty much in the same spot.
Again, but if you watch the way he caught it was a little different. I don't know if that affects his vision on it or where the pitch finished or goes through. But that's something, I mean, you keep in mind. You see a lot of catching instructors teach where how you frame it with your mitt could really be huge.
There's a strike called, and that will bring the count full at 3-2. So only chance here to score. Runners at second and third, 2 gone. Payoff pitch to Widener on the way. Ground ball to the third baseman. Throw is high, and he is safe. He'll make the turn, but he has to get to the bag. Olney will score 2. That's a base hit. Even though the throw was high, he would have beat it out, wouldn't he, Josh?
If not, I would not want to be the umpire that made that call.
Yeah, I think so, even though the high was thrown by the third baseman. He came up, seen Adler moving down the line really quickly, and really rushed his throw.
Well, he had to kind of make a choice. He saw where the guy was at to see if he could make another play, and Adler's speed came into play.
There's a ground ball back to the pitcher, and that'll be an easy 3-1 putout on Miller Madden. But only coming up with 2 runs. They did it on 1 hit, 1 error, and there was 1 man left. We have played 2 innings. Olney trying to cut into that lead. They have done so. Beardstown leading 5-2. Back here to Peru, Illinois, side of the 12 and under Little League All-Star tournament. here in Illinois, one of 3 sites hosted here by the Illinois Valley Little League. Olney and Beardstown hooking up in the final game before the 2 teams move into the final round of play. Olney out, Beardstown with a slight chance of getting in. They lead it here 5-2, and it'll be the visiting squad, Beardstown, to the plate, top of the third, 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Pate, Lynn, and Gaffney.
And rightly so. You can kind of feel some tension. You know, Beardstown's trying to do everything they can to get into this. And again, rough estimate on math, they'd have to beat Olney by somewhere between 27 and 37 runs to clinch or get a shot to go tomorrow.
Laughlin will be back to the mound for Olney. Still with the defense of Hatton, Miller, Mitchell, and Weber from third to first. The first pitch in to Pate, inside, ball 1. A strikeout victim in his first at bat. He's their number 3 hitter. Big, tall kid from the right side.
The difference in the game right now, Mark, the 3-run home run.
And the ball will go over our head and out of play. Drops a limb right in front of us. And a 1-1 count. Next pitch outside for ball 2. On deck is Raymond Lynn, who singled and was stranded in the first inning. Next pitch also fouled out of play to the right side. And the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Beardstown with a 5-2 lead in this contest. Harley Pate at the plate. Waits a 2-2 pitch from Laughlin. It's high. Ball 3 will bring the count full. The only outfield has Easton, Widener, and Fleming from left to right. And the next pitch, grounded to short. 2-hopper for Madden. Miller throws it and in time for the 6-3 putout.
Good play defensively there by Miller. Fielded it well and under control on the move through a strike to first base.
And it brings in Raymond Lynn, number 10, first baseman. Singled, was stranded at third in his first at bat. Remember, both Olney and Beardstown left the bases loaded in the first inning. And a ground ball, 1-hopper fielded on the off hop by Hatton. What a play. He actually made the throw in front of third or shortstop. And he threw out Lynn pretty easily, 5-3.
That's converted catcher Mason Hatton. He's caught up until this Little League team got put together for the All-Stars. He's had to play some first. He's played some third, and he looks pretty comfortable.
Yep. So 2 gone. Bases empty for Gaffney. He takes the first pitch. First strike, 1 called. He hits with the bases empty. 2 gone. Next pitch, grounded to Hatton. This one off of his glove. I think he wanted to throw that one a little bit before he got it. He had to reach to his right, and it went off his glove, and Gaffney will reach on the error.
That's a tough one for Mason. That was a little simpler play, and I think you got it right. He was already thinking of the throw before he really had the ball in the glove.
Because Gaffney probably has the best speed, if not pretty close to the best speed. There's a throw to second. And out. Ooh,
I'm not sure about that one.
No, I'm not sure about that one. The umpire waited to see if Mitchell had the ball. Halcyon got the throw down. Of course, the runner can't go till he passes the ball, passes the plate. And it sure looked like Gaffney was in there. But the call on the field was an out. And it's Beardstown relinquishing the runner with a no runs, no hits, an error, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the third. Olney up to the plate. They trail 5-2. Back to 12 and under Little League All-Star Baseball Tournament action here in Illinois on the Olney Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel, courtesy of Drew and Taryn Bunting and all our great sponsors. For Olney, it will be Kermichael, Houchin, and Laughlin to the plate here in the bottom of the third.
Bodie got the offense moving in the first inning, too.
Kind of a slow roller to short. Bodie, good first pitch hit, well hit, but on a 6-3 putout, he's retired to start the bottom of the third.
That's where the grass maybe slowed it down a little bit. Good job of the shortstop to make himself able to get that ball and have enough time to throw Bodie out.
And stepping in will be Curtis Houchin. First pitch from Whitehead, check pitch or bat, and it fouled off for strike one. And Archer Laughlin on deck awaiting in the dugout. Next pitch from Whitehead. High inside, ball one, and a 1-1 count. They still have Richards, Gaffney, and Pate in the outfield from left to right. Beardstown, that is. There's ball two inside. Their infield has Caldwell at third, Shaver at short, with Alloway and Lynn at second and first. And a foul back by Houchin evens up the count, 2-2.
Of all the 22 players that are playing tonight, Curtis is one of two guys who probably have the best view of what's been being called strikes and what's been called balls, and that goes with the Beardstown catcher, too.
Yep. Next pitch is outside and low for ball three, and the count is full. One away, we're in the bottom of the third. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So two retired. And it brings in Archer Laughlin. Singled in his last at bat, but was stranded at first. It's when the Olney All-Stars left the bases loaded in the first inning. And the first pitch high inside. Laughlin ducks out of the way. A ball one.
Archer lined a pretty good base hit to left side in this first at bat, but he's doing a good job this tournament going the other way.
And there's a ground. Oh, stabbed by the pitcher. Could have been a hit, but good play by Whitehead, who is a third baseman as well. And he throws him out on the 3-1 putout. Only goes in order. We played three. It's Beardstown on top, 5-2. Back to state tournament play, 12 and under, here in Peru, Illinois, on the Olney Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel. Welcome you into our fourth and final broadcast, and again, a big thanks to all the sponsors for making our trip and broadcast possible. 5-2 is Beardstown's lead, as Olney hits, Beardstown hits here in the top of the fourth. And a fly ball to right. Well played by David Fleming. Nice and calm. Saw it coming, stepped back a couple of steps, and made the F9 putout.
You can just kind of feel tension growing with every out and only having a 3-run differential right now for Beardstown. Again, something that you really don't like. They're going to have to pour runs on, because if they did run differential or runs allowed, they'd be right in the thick of things for them.
Yeah.
The top four.
Yeah, and we talked about that tiebreaker, you and I before, about maybe the fairness or unfairness of it. First pitch fouled back by Alloway. Next pitch from Laughlin outside for ball one. First batter, by the way, Brody Whitehead, hitting that first pitch for a fly out to right. Alloway in his first at bat, a strikeout victim in the first to end the first with the bases loaded. Hits here with the bases empty, one out in the top of the fourth. Now takes ball two.
Now that the tiebreakers being run differential, it kind of almost wants you to really support your offense. I like those runs allowed. It helps your pitcher out. Your defense really puts the emphasis on that.
There is a slow roller down the third base line, fielded by Coach Shaver. And now a 2-ball, 2-strike count to the Beardstown second baseman. On deck is Theo Vermillion, their catcher. And ball three misses outside, and the count is full. Umpires had some close calls to make on both sides of these teams. Been a pretty tight strike zone. And it's Alloway stepping out of the way of ball four. So a one-out walk. As Beardstown has had at least one runner aboard in each inning. And Vermillion steps in, reached on an error, and scored back in the second. Strike one called. Taken all the way. Archer Laughlin, pitch number 61, as we're here in the top of this fourth inning. And the 0-1 pitch, ground ball to short. It's in the hole. Oh, it's that third baseman. Nice play by Hatton. Didn't realize he was playing off the bag that far, but he came in front of short, fielded it cleanly, got the force out at second. So Vermillion, a fielder's choice, as Alloway is out at second base for out number two. Vermillion will be at first with Savage coming to the plate. Singled and scored ahead of that home run by Caldwell in the second. One on, now two away. Savage takes the first pitch for strike one.
Archer up to 63 pitches now, so most likely you'll probably see him go the full 85.
Yep. And the next delivery. Off-speed delivery, way out in front of it. He fouled it off to the side for strike two.
Quick, when we're going back to that run allowed, Beardstown will be right in the thick of things. Them and a couple other teams are really close on runs allowed on those top four teams.
And Bo Madden will come in to chat with the home plate umpire with two out and one on.
And speaking of that, Champaign and Hinsdale, the two teams that are going to play today, they've both scored double-figure runs in all three of their previous games. So if you have an offensive showcase between the two, and Hinsdale would have upset and got past Champaign, that would have been a huge advantage to Beardstown if you go runs allowed.
Yeah. Well, Bo Madden has brought up something, and the officials are meeting and talking about it. Now the head plate umpire, the lead official, will step over and talk with the head coach and manager of Beardstown. Not sure what it's about, but I would say Coach Madden has brought up a valid point about something. But they're all smiling, so doesn't appear anything will change. As the runner will stay at first with two gone. And an 0-2 count to the batter, Trans Savage. Next from Laughlin, swing and a miss. He struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of the fourth, Olney to the plate. They trail 5-2. And we're back here to Peru, Illinois, side of the 12 and under State Little League tournament here in Illinois. Game number 4, final game of the tournament for Olney. It will be Mitchell, Hatton, and Easton to the plate here in the bottom of this 4th inning. Back to the mound is Whitehead, working in his 3rd inning on the mound. First pitch of Mitchell is a strike 1 called.
Yeah, and Olney can really play spoilers if they can come back from this the 3-run deficit and upset Beardstown. That'll for sure eliminate them.
And a foul back to the screen, strike 2. Mitchell in the hole at 0-2. Lucas, a strikeout victim in his first at bat. He leads it off here in the home half of the 4th. And the next pitch, a good cut. He wasted that pitch as it was outside, and the count stays at 0-2. Big thanks to Drew and Taryn Bunting and all our great sponsors for helping us out on the way here. There's ball 1 high and a 1-2 count. Beardstown defense remaining the same from infield to outfield. And the next pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Lucas strikes out, bringing up.
Since a hit and a walk in the 2nd inning, Whitehead has retired now 5 in a row, 2 via the strikeout. And it brings in Hatton, Mason. First pitch called strike 1.
I don't think Mason quite agreed with that one.
Didn't give that look of affirmation, did he?
He doesn't usually show that kind of emotion a whole lot, and you could just kind of see that one. He thought he may have had one.
Next pitch is fouled back. Now Mason in the hole at 0-2. This Whitehead young man is throwing strikes, Josh.
Yep.
And the 0-2 pitch.
Good pitch.
Just outside. Trying to get Mason to go for it.
Yeah, that's a really good pitch to try to get you to expand that zone.
And the next delivery from Whitehead coming in, the 1-2 delivery. Swinging a foul back. As Hatton stays alive at the plate. Good contact hitter for these Olney All-Stars. Base is empty, 1 out. Olney down by 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. And we'll have another 1-2 pitch on its way to Olney's 3rd baseman. And he waited for that and singles it into right field. Boy, you can just see he waited on that. Outside pitch, went with it, and put it in right field for a 1-out single.
That's really good hitting just to kind of get, like you said, wait on that one. Just poke it the other way, right over the infield.
And he learned that by that 3rd pitch, which was outside, as Whitehead was trying to get him to go for it. So brings in Rhett Easton, taps it down the 3rd base line, and it will roll foul. Pitcher was over to look at it, but the 3rd baseman, Rawlings Caldwell, who started out at short, said, hey, wait. And they waited on it till it went foul and picked it up.
2 things, heads up there by the Beardstown defense to recognize that situation and make sure it goes foul, then pick it up. But both Mason Hatton and Red Easton ran the play out just in case.
Yep.
Both teams played that well.
Next pitch popped up. Foul territory, and it will drop. Right between Raymond Lynn, the first baseman, and Harley Pate, the right fielder. Not that they didn't give it a good effort. They both were running as hard as they could to get to it, but just fell perfectly right between them.
Yeah, almost into no man's land where you maybe lay out for that one, but you're not really sure if you can, if you even lay out if you're going to make the play.
So it's an 0-2 count. Here's the next pitch to Easton. That's high for ball 1. Close pitch, but from our angle, looked above the letters. Some were not in favor of that call, others were. And the 1-2 pitch is lined foul out of play down the left side. Again, looked like one of those pitches that he waited on, but he didn't wait too long because he pulled it. You know, we haven't seen very many balls pulled to left field.
No.
I mean,
not in
or foul.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls that have went down the right field line or that direction.
Something.
And
An issue with the batting glove or a bat, maybe? Saw him messing with his hands and like the knob of the bat.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a rubber ring off the bat
Yeah,
came
so there was
off.
something on the bat that was.
Umpire checked out the bat.
Yeah.
And we're good to go with another 1-2 pitch on the way.
Ooh.
This one hits the batter. Actually went behind him. And Brett,
Hit
to
him
his
in-
credit, tried to get out of the way, but still hit him.
got him in the back, and I don't know if it got him in the shirt, but it hit him somewhere as it went past. He tried to jump forward, almost to the plate out of the way.
So a hit by pitch. Easton is at first. That'll move Hatton down to second. Into the plate is Marshall Weber. First pitch is a strike.
He put a really good at-bat together against the pitcher here in his first at-bat here in the first inning of work for Whitehead.
He was in the hole and then drew a walk. And he rips it to the shortstop under his glove into right. Hatton will try to score. They'll hold the throw and everybody will be safe at first and third. Olney gets a run and they cut the Beardstown lead to 2. It'll be an error, but still putting it in play was Weber. That's what you got to do. Put it in their court, make the plays.
And really, that's a nice effort there by the shortstop. Kind of read it well, tried to make the right play on it. He just missed it.
So runners at first and third with one away. In steps David Fleming. Outside pitch, ball 1. They let Weber take second base.
Defensive indifference there, catcher's indifference.
So a couple of runners in scoring position for Olney. And by the way, folks, they represent the tying runs, and now hit by a pitch is Fleming. That'll put the go-ahead run on base for the top of the lineup for Olney. That'll bring out the coaching staff, though, for Beardstown.
I'll be curious if they go pitching change here. And the only reason why I bring that up is his pitch count has passed the ability to come back in one day. So his state tournament run as a pitcher will be over. So you're kind of in a situation, does he have enough pitches? Do you want to try to risk it? What do you want to do? Do you stay with him, go to a pitching change? It looks like they're going to go to the center fielder.
And that's who they went to against River Forest, if you remember right.
You're right, yeah.
Mercedes comes in from center field. Big, tall, lanky kid.
Throws hard from the left-hand side. I think almost sidearmed, if I remember, a little sidearm action. And it's going to be a tough kid to hit here with two lefties coming up.
Yeah, so that means going to center will be Whitehead. Everyone else stays put, it appears, with the Caldwell at third, Shaver at short, Alloway and Lynn at second and first. And the other outfielders will include Harley Pate still in right, and Richards in left field. Actually, it's Gaffney coming in to pitch, not Mercedes. Gaffney, the starting center fielder. So as Josh indicated, it'll be a left-handed pitcher, and he'll face the top of the Olney lineup, Widener, and hopefully Madden with the bases full of Olney All-Stars.
You know, here's something you don't see very often, Mark, when you're playing here. The team that's down, you're making the comeback, and you really have nothing to lose. You're playing, you know your game's over at the end of this game no matter what happens. You know that Beardstown's the one that's got to try to push runs across. They got to try to then still use your pitching, your matchups the right way, your right amount of pitches. So you're really putting pressure on Beardstown, maybe at least from the manager's perspective on how you handle these things. Definitely don't envy them. Those are tough calls you got to make.
Hey, we'll give you an update. The 11-year-old All-Stars will be back in action tomorrow evening at 7:30. They are in that 8-team single elimination tournament. They will be playing their game in Hinsdale. That'll be tomorrow evening at 7:30. And it's a win-must situation as Olney will play River Forest. And again, that's at Hinsdale tomorrow evening at 7:30. The 10 and under All-Stars were rained out, stormed out yesterday. They did not play today. They'll have to play 2 games tomorrow. At 2 o'clock, they'll play Marshall. 6:30 tomorrow night, they'll play Ottawa. The top 4 teams in that tournament goes into the Final 4. And only a good shot. They're 2-0 entering their final 2 games tomorrow evening. There's a wild pitch. And coming in to score, safe at the plate, is Rhett Easton. Pitch got away from the catcher. By the time he got it, threw it to Gaffney covering, Easton was under the tag, and a good slide by Easton.
Well, and a good read. The catcher had a pretty good chance of trying to find that one and get him out with not a ton of room in the backstop area, so Red had to have a really good read on that.
That takes away the force out on any base with one away. And the next pitch is a ball to Widener, and a 2-0 count. Tying run is at third, go-ahead run at second. First base is unoccupied. Next pitch. About letter high, but a called strike one. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. On deck is Miller Madden. Next pitch. High for ball 3. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count. 5-4, Beardstown lead is at 1. In a ground ball to third, stops, picked it, checks the runner, good play over there by Rawlings Caldwell as he looked the runner back to third and threw out Widener on the 5-3. He put out.
And you hit the nail on the head. The look back at third, it saved them from giving up a run. That's a heads-up play by your third baseman.
So now 2 out. It'll be up to Miller Madden. Runners at second and third, only down by a run. Madden, first pitch. Takes it over but low, ball 1. He's grounded out to short, and he's grounded out to second. Maybe he'll try to get this one in between. That's Gaffney. Ground ball, second baseman, fields it, and throws him out. Good play. Olney scoring 2 runs. They did it on 1 hit, no errors, 2 men stranded. We played 4, only a bit closer. They trail Beardstown 5-4. Illinois 12 and under Little League All-Star Tournament. We're in Peru, Illinois, right along the Illinois River. A lot less humidity in the air today and a beautiful evening for baseball. Only down by a run, we go to the top of the 5th. And the first pitch fouled back to the screen for strike 1. It's the 11, 11, 12 batters due up. Richards at the plate, the left fielder. Grounded out to second base, his first at bat. And he grounds on this one right down the line. There is Mr. Weber. He fields it on 2 hops and steps on the bag for the first out here in the 5th.
That was a trickier play. That last hop took a little bit of a bigger hop on him. Good job to make the play over first.
So good play there by Marshall Weber. And that brings in Keelan Pilger. And the first pitch, ball 1. Base is empty and out here in the 5th. Beardstown leading by a run. There's ball 2, low, and a 2-0 count. Pilger, a strikeout victim, back in the 2nd. Mercedes, their last hitter, is on deck. Last hitter in the lineup, that is.
He put a really good at-bat together his first time in the 2nd to get on, extend the inning. That was setting up the 3-run bomb.
And after a quick chat on the mound by Halchin, Laughlin is ready. And his 2-0 pitch is grounded. Another hard hit ball between the legs of Weber. Fleming has it though, and his throw to first not in time. Just a little bit late. So that will put Pilger on base, courtesy of the error. 1 on, 1 out, brings in Benny Mercedes. Singled and scored in the second. Hits from the right side. And the first pitch, outside low, ball 1. They'll throw behind the runner, and he's back in there safely. Pilger hesitated a bit, but he got back in time. And the next pitch from Laughlin. Outside, ball 2.
Big guy
And
about
the
here.
2-0 count.
Big guy about here for Mercedes. If he gets it back to the top of this order, who's been starting to hit the ball better and put bats on the balls, this could be a big inning for Beardstown.
And the next pitch is a strike called. Must have caught the inside corner. A 2-ball, 1 strike count. We're in the top of the 5th. Beardstown wanting to add to their 5-4 1-run lead. And the next pitch fouled out of play. That'll even up the count at 2-2. And on deck, as Josh said, top of the lineup, Rollins Caldwell, who homered in his last at bat. Now ball 3, high and inside. Mercedes with the full count.
No doubt homered it too, just straightaway center.
And Laughlin is set. He'll check that runner in the payoff pitch. There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Out number 2 here in the 5th.
Bringing up the leadoff hitter.
And it brings up Rollins Caldwell. He's flied out to center and put the other one over the center field fence for a 3-run home run in the second. We're right now in the 5th. First pitch, curveball, grounded to third. There's Mason Hatton. They'll go for the force out at second. Olney out of the inning on the fielder's choice. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. To the bottom of the 5th, Olney to the plate, trailing by 1, 5-4. Back to the All-Star Illinois 12 and under Little League All-Star Tournament. We're in Peru, Illinois. Olney to the plate, bottom of the 5th, trailing by a run. And to the plate for Olney. It'll be Kermichael, Houchin, and Laughlin. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. If anyone reaches, then Lucas Mitchell. Olney with 4 runs on 3 hits. They've stranded 6 runners. Beardstown has scored their 5 runs on 6 hits. They have stranded 5 as well. Pretty evenly played game. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss by Bodie Kermichael. He's walked and grounded out to short. He leads it off here in the home half of the 5th. And ball 1 misses outside to even the count. Olney lost their opener 3-2 to River Forest. They dropped a 5-2 decision at Burbank American and lost 14-2 last night to Bell Park. Trying to come home with a victory to wrap up this tournament. Next pitch is a ball, so it's a 2-1 pitch now on the way to Kermichael. And a high fly ball, shallow right.
Oh, what a play.
What a diving catch by Harley Pate. Wow, right in front of us. And notice Josh, he hit the ground, still had his right hand holding the ball into his left-handed glove.
Yeah, that was outstanding. He had a beat on it all the way. That's one time when you lay out for it, you know you got it. That was awesome.
Yeah, awesome play by Harley Pate. And another pop-up in the right field. Pate will take care of that one. This time he stays standing up as Houchin is out on the F9 putout. Wow.
Now batting Archer.
He brings in Archer Laughlin. He has singled and grounded out back to the pitcher. And the third pitcher of the game, Gaffney, brings the first one home, ball one. He's trying to retire 3 in a row. It would be 5 in a row dating into last inning. And a line
Heads up.
drive foul right down to us.
Hey, might be your third.
That is strike one and a 1-1 count. Archer Laughlin will be followed by Lucas Mitchell. Archer can get on.
And Gaffney, a tough lefty to hit tall, long, big stride. That ball gets on you quick, and he's done a really good job of coming in and shutting down an Olney rally.
Yeah, we've seen him pitch well against River Forest here Sunday rather. And a one hopper, the second baseman, up over in time, 4-3 on the putout. Olney goes in order. We played 5. Beardstown on top, 5-4.
Complete innings.
To the 12 and under Little League State All-Star game and tournament. Olney taking on Beardstown, trailing 5-4 going into the top of the 6th inning. And it will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Beardstown.
And if conventional baseball, I don't know, rumors or the way that it plays out, the 3-hitter due up in this inning is going to hit a rocket because he's the kid who's in right field, just made 2 tremendous plays defensively.
Yeah. Back to the mound will be Archer Laughlin. First pitch in to Shaver is a check, but a strike call.
And Archer's up to 78 pitches, so he's got 7 more before his Little League pitching career will end.
Shaver singled in the first and scored, grounded out to short. There's a long fly ball, left center. That's over the fence for a solo home run to give Beardstown a little bit of cushion and a 6-4 2-run lead. Kind of a no-doubter. Single and a home run, a 2-for-3 day for Shaver, who was a starting pitcher for Beardstown, but has spent the last 4 innings at short.
And just what Beardstown needed to try to get something going. They're going to have to try to score a bunch of runs here in this inning. And you know they're not going to try to go down quietly.
So here comes Harley Pate to the plate. Defensive hero for Beardstown. He rips one down the first base line just off the top of the fence.
I'd have lost a bet, Mark, because I would have assumed this would be the one that hit it over the fence for a home run just after the plays you make defensively.
Yeah. Laughlin with the 0-1 delivery. Inside, ball 1. Evens up the count at 1-1. So Olney breaking a 4-district championship run by Robinson to get here to the state tournament. There's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Laughlin down to his final 3 pitches. It brings in Raymond Lynn was singled and grounded out to third on a good play then by Mason Hatton.
Most likely this could be his last batter.
First pitch from Archer. Wild pitch back to the screen. And Pate will go down to second base.
Harley reaches second on a pass ball.
Lynn will be followed by Drew Gaffney on deck. Nobody out yet here in the top of this sixth inning. Outside, low, back to the screen, ball two, and there goes Pate taking off for third base. That's where he'll stand again with nobody out.
Well, that's exactly what Beardstown needs to do. They're going to try to push the issue here a little bit. They're seeking runs, and they're doing the right things to try to get them.
There's a swing and a foul ball. And actually, I think it may have hit Curtis Houchin in the helmet, the mask protector. Umpire comes out, gives him a little bit of time to recuperate, and he's checking with him now to make sure he's all right. And he pats him on the head. Umpires are nicer than they appear. Here's Laughlin. He gets set now for the 2-1 pitch. Swing, just got a piece of it. He fouls it off to the left in front of the Olney dugout. And now the count even at 2-2. A home run and a single. They have a runner at third, nobody out. Their lead now at 2. Beardstown at the plate. And the pitch. Off-speed delivery. Oh, my. Dropped in. Looked pretty good, but must have stayed high for
Play.
So the payoff pitch. High for ball 4. Oh, ball 3, excuse me. Now it's a full count.
Nope, now it's ball 4. You're right.
Okay. Actually got something right today. Lynn will draw the walk, puts runners at the corners for Drew Gaffney. But Olney will have a pitching change. 88 pitches for Laughlin. His day in tournament is done, at least on the bump. And we'll have a pitching change for the Olney All-Stars.
It would not shock me if you see him and Adler just switch places. I know Adler's pitched some. And there it is.
Yep, so Laughlin will head out to center field. And that'll bring in, as Josh indicated, Adler Widener to the pitching mound for Olney. All the other positions remain the same. Manager Bo Madden wants to talk to his infielders as Widener warms up. As we noted just a moment ago, Robinson had won 4 district tournaments in a row at Mount Carmel, at Lawrenceville, at Robinson, and at Mount Carmel in 2022. But Olney stopped them in the district tournament. A very good team. This Olney squad beat Robinson. And Olney, of course, in representing the state here. It's the 5th year now that we've had no section tournaments. Used to be district, section, then state. But now everybody goes straight from district to the state tournament. Olney is the only team in District 1 to win a state tournament. That was 11 years ago in 2015. Olney and Robinson have each won 9 district titles. Mount Carmel 7, Salem 6, Lawrenceville 1. Back when we had section tournaments, Olney had 5 wins there, Salem with 4, Robinson and Mount Carmel with 2 each. And as we noted, Olney with the only state championship in 2015. So a little bit of history for you, dating back at least through the last 35 years. And Widener will continue with his warm-ups. Again, we say a big thanks to everyone who's helped out with the Olney Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel here throughout this tournament. All our great sponsors, including Drew and Taryn Bunting. And Widener with his first pitch to Gaffney. He is outside for a ball. The runner will make his way to second. Bad throw to Madden at short, goes into center field. And that'll be an error on the throw.
Harley reaches home on
And Pate will score from third base. Lynn will make his way over to third.
And that was the same kind of play they put on last night, Mark, where you throw to second, but you're really trying to throw to get the guy at home, and that time it bounced on him and unfortunately couldn't make the play.
Yep. So runner at third now. Still nobody out here in the top of this sixth inning. Beardstown now with a 3-run lead. And a high fly ball to right. Should get the runner home. Caught by Fleming. He gets his cutoff man, but the tag and sacrifice fly is good by Drew Gaffney. The F9 sack fly. Lynn will score. Now 8-4, Beardstown. Base is empty, though, with one away. Good play by Fleming as he had to go back on that one. That's not always an easy play.
Especially with a short fence behind you.
Yeah. 185 in right field down the pole, 200 feet down the third base line. And at the plate will be Brody Whitehead. First pitch of ball, next ball in for a strike. And a 1-1 count. Here's Widener's next delivery. Grounded to short. One hopper for Miller, Madden, and he'll throw him out. The 6-3 putout. So 2 gone. It brings in Drew Alloway. Alloway is struck out and walked. He's their second baseman. So Widener in the pitch. Archer Laughlin now in center. Surrounded by Easton in left and Fleming in right. And the first pitch in is a swing and a miss for strike one. Olney's infield with Hatton, Miller, Mitchell, and Weber from third to first. Halchin still catching. And the next delivery. High, ball one, and a 1-1 count. Olney All-Stars playing without the services here this evening of Emmett Coker. As the next pitch is low for ball 2. Also Ledger Breeden, not with the team here this evening. So playing with 10 players is Olney in this contest. A 2-1 count to Alloway. And it's outside for ball 3. Widener is a right-handed pitcher, although he hits from the left side. And he needs to bring this one in, a 3-1 delivery. And it's on its way. Swing and a foul back. Brings the count full. Bases are empty. The 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. As Beardstown has plated 3 and now lead it by 4. And the payoff pitch. High, ball 4. Second walk on Alloway. He'll be at first with Theo Vermillion to the plate. Reached on an error and scored. Also reached on a fielder's choice. And he'll come to the plate again with the runner at first and 2 away.
And again, you know, I keep kind of glancing through some of the scores. Beardstown's done a really good job of limiting runs scored against them. They're one of the better teams in not allowing runs, and it's going to be one of those things. You play a really good tournament and come back to haunt you.
Fly ball on left, and Rhett Easton has a bead on it, makes a nice catch. That'll wrap up the top of the 6th. Beardstown, though, 3 runs, only 1 hit. There was 1 error. Sacrifice fly for Beardstown. 1 man stranded. We go to the home half of the 6th. Olney needs 4 to tie, 5 to win. They trail 8-4. Back at Peru, Illinois, the only All-Stars to the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. It's the Illinois 12 and under state tournament, hosted by the Illinois Valley Little League. They combined their Little League programs years ago, they being Peru, LaSalle, and Oglesby, on both sides of the Illinois River. And they're hosting this tournament at the three sites of Utica, Peru, and Oglesby. And to the plate will be Lucas Mitchell. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Mitchell will be followed by Hatton and Easton, then Weber if anyone reaches. Olney needs 4 runs to send this game into extra innings. A swing and a miss for Mitchell, strike 2. Looking for his first hit of the game. The Olney second baseman steps back in. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, he stepped away from ball 1.
Get deceptive to pick up Gaffney's pitches. He's really long, left-handed, throws hard. It gets on you quick.
And a ground ball up the middle for a leadoff hit. Nice at bat for Lucas Mitchell.
Lucas singles up the middle, bring it up, Mason.
And if you're a Drew Gaffney, I will take the blame for that one. I just bragged about how hard it is to get a hold of his fastball.
It's the 4th hit of the day for Olney. And it brings into the plate Mason Hatton. He has one of those hits, a 1-for-2 day with a run scored. And he takes ball 1 high.
If you're Lucas Mitchell, you got to be careful at first base. The catcher, I think he's got his eyes on you down there.
And the lefty, Gaffney, with his next pitch. High for ball 2. The leadoff single for Mitchell. He's at first. Olney down by 4. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1 called. 2-1 count. On deck is Rhett Easton. And Hatton will swing and miss the next pitch. And it evens up the count at 2-2. Olney with their 4 runs, now on 4 hits. Pitch. High for ball 3.
And again, a really good pitch. Try to see if he gets him to expand that zone on a high heater.
They tried to do that to Mason last at bat, and he lined a single into right. Ooh, and a strike 3 called on the inside corner, it appeared, for strike 3.
Strikes out, bring it up, Rhett.
So brings in Rhett Easton, who's been on base all 2 times in this game. Singled in the second inning rather, and hit by a pitch in the 4th. And that will bring the Beardstown coach out. Pitch count is at 25 for Gaffney.
I'm trying to do some math in my head, Mark, which is always the scary thing. I think if he comes out, he started before the 20 pitch count when he got to the at-bat with Mason Hatton. So if they do decide to take him out, if they do happen to have some way get in tomorrow, they will have him available.
Now, speaking of tomorrow,
I think that's what they might be checking on, is where he started at.
Yep.
That is exactly what they're doing, I think. Yes.
and that's to Olney's advantage.
Well, I mean, if you're Beardstown, you have to do stuff like this. You're still playing. I mean, you have to think you're playing tomorrow.
Right.
And he is one of your better pitchers, and has shown in the last at least the 2 games we've watched him play, he's one of your more reliable pitchers.
So Gaffney will go back to center field. And that'll be Drew Alloway, will be the new pitcher. Coming in from center will be Whitehead. And he appears to be becoming the next second baseman for Beardstown. Now, speaking of tomorrow, the 2 semifinal games will be played, each at 5:45, one here at Peru, the other one at Oglesby. And then the 2 winners will hook up here tomorrow night at 8 in the championship game at Peru. The winner will move on to Whiteside, Indiana, to play in the Little League Region Tournament. And that will all be covered, of course, on ESPN TV. So the winner of this tournament moves on to a chance of playing in the Little League World Series. And, of course, by then we're going to be cheering for them because they will be, of course, representing Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So the fourth pitcher here in the game for Beardstown, as Josh said, of course, they're thinking about being able to play tomorrow, regardless of what the logistics say today or tonight.
And for Beardstown's case, I hope the information I had gotten about the run differential is incorrect, because if it's runs allowed, they are way back in this ball game.
Yeah. So, inheriting a runner at first and one out will be Alloway, right-handed pitcher. First delivery into Easton is a called strike one. Rhett, as we mentioned, has reached base twice in this game. On deck is Marshall Weber. And the next pitch, shot down the line. That'll be fair. Into the left field corner. That will score a run. Throw home is not in time. Throw to third is not in time. And an RBI double by Rhett Easton. What a hit.
Really well hit by Rhett Easton, and really good heads-up base running to take third on the throw.
Yeah. So the throw was high at home. I don't believe it would have been in time at any rate. But scoring from first was Lucas Mitchell. Give him some credit for running the bases. Only within three. The runner at third base. And one out. And it brings to the play Marshall Weber, who has had good contact during the entire tournament. Takes the next pitch inside for ball two. Walked and was out on the fielder's choice in the second. Reached on an error, stranded in the fourth. And a ground ball foul down the left side.
He's shaking his hands. I think that one stung.
Yeah. On deck will be Olney's number 10 hitter, David Fleming, who has been on base twice as well. Right-handed pitch by Alloway is grounded to the shortstop. He backs up. Ooh, he wanted to go home, and he held it. Instead of going for the sure out at first, he held the ball. That'll be ruled as a hit.
I was going to ask, if that's even a fielder's choice or that's a hit.
So Weber, first of all, he had to back up on it, didn't charge it. And my gosh, Beardstown needs the outs. Only two, and they've got this game. But now instead, two-run game, and a little looper is going to be caught by the second baseman. Coming off the bat of Fleming. So he lines out. Only one out remaining for Olney, at least in this inning, unless they can pull it out or tie it.
And you go to the top of the order and see if that can get anything going.
Runner at first is Weber. First pitch to Adler Widener, a called strike one. Olney down 8-6. Tying run at the plate. Runner at first base. Pitch low in the dirt for ball one and a 1-1 count.
One thing that could be a factor is the speed at the plate, too.
Widener 1 for 3 on the day. Ball two gets away, making his way to second will be Weber. That run in scoring position.
This is where the speed could really come to play. Now you wipe away the force out with somebody who's not as fast at second base.
And the 2-1 count. Swing and a foul tip right at the plate. And the count at 2-2. On deck is Miller Madden.
The Beardstown catcher tried to hop on that thing before it rolled back behind the plate.
And here's that 2-2 delivery. High for ball three. They have first base open, which would give them then a force out at any bag.
Miller,
we'll see.
Miller 0 for 3 today, too. We'll see what they decide to do.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Olney All-Stars make it interesting, but Beardstown holds on, and they pick up the 8-6 win. As we look at some of the stats for you in this contest, we do some last-minute figuring for you. The Olney All-Stars finished with their 6 runs on 6 hits. They stranded 7 runners on base. There were 3 Beardstown errors. Beardstown scoring their 8 runs on 8 hits. They stranded 6 runners on base. Olney committing 4 errors in the game. The Olney All-Stars will not come home with a victory, but they played hard and represented Olney, Richland County, and District 1 very well.
So they played 3 games within 3 runs. And obviously one, you lose to the undefeated team that won the whole third, was going to be advancing to the Final Four. So you played as well as you could. I mean, you got to give another credit. Man, I've been really impressed with Beardstown these last couple of games we've watched them play. They played an extremely solid tournament. They had a chance to come back and win their only loss. They were been right in this too, and that's going to be one that if for their sake, I hope it's runs allowed, because they've done a really good job of limiting runs in this tournament. But if not, they don't have anything to hang their hats on either on their side of the field.
And we also want to catch you up on the 11-year-old All-Stars who are playing the rest of their tournament in Hinsdale and Westmont. They'll be in that 8-team single elimination tournament after they won one of their 2 first-round games. The 11-year-olds lost to Ottawa 13-3. They beat Huntley 9-8, then lost to Clear Ridge 7-2. Olney will now play River Forest in the bottom bracket game, the 4th game. That'll start at 7:30 tomorrow night. They lose, they're done. They win, they move on to semifinal play in that particular single round tournament. As far as the 10-year-olds are concerned, they're 2-0 in the tournament. They're playing at Blue Island. They beat South Holland 11-1 Saturday. Sunday they beat Brookfield 6-5. They were stormed out on Monday. Did not play today. They'll have to play 2 games tomorrow. That will be a 2 o'clock start Wednesday afternoon, taking on Marshall. Then they'll play at 6:30 tomorrow night, taking on Ottawa. And with that 2-0 record, they're favored to be in the top 4, which is just like this 12-year-old tournament. Top 4 teams will go into a Final Four play there in Blue Island. And you can, of course, stay up to date on the Facebook page of Olney Little League and keep up to date on how those teams fare out. Here, the 12-year-olds, a tough couple of losses, have played well, and again, have nothing to hang their heads about.
No, nothing to hang your head about at all. When you play, 2 teams, River Forest, who went 2-2, went toe-to-toe, and actually beat Beardstown, went toe-to-toe with some really good teams as well. You were right there with them. Beardstown, who is arguably one of your more, your stable teams in the state tournament. You played close with them. You just unfortunately weren't able to make a couple plays here or there to overcome the run deficit.
Well, it's been fun, Josh. Of course, couldn't have been here without of all the sponsors. We had, Drew and Taryn Bunting operating this system, and we appreciate them on the Olney Sports Broadcasting channel on YouTube. All the sponsors that not only helped with the district tournament a couple of weeks ago, but with this tournament, helping raising funds for us to make the trip up here and make it possible to have it on the air where folks can have and save for years in the future, we hope.
Yeah, but it's been enjoyable to be able to do this for them as well. I know a lot of people have been watching, at least back home, and even for some of the other teams as well that aren't able to make the trips. Yeah,
we were able to contact each coach or manager of the opposing teams, let them know where we were at so they could watch and enjoy it as well with their teams. We were the only group up here covering this like this, so people should be proud of what Drew and Taryn are doing for the Olney and Richland County community. Of course, you can help them out at the Edwards County Fair, Smoking Pig food truck, kicking up that good food as always, or check out their restaurant down at Grayville as well.
Both are delicious. Unfortunately, I've been there a lot. My waistline and my wallet do not appreciate that, but my stomach is outstandingly happy.
Yeah, and all Drew will do is sit back and grin.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's been fun, Josh. I enjoyed working with you again, as we have in the past. Your technical knowledge far exceeds mine, and I don't know where we would have been if that would have been left up to me. So.
Well, it's always fun and glad to draw you out of retirement.
Yeah, retirement from the radio station anyway. But again, folks, thanks for all the sponsors, for Drew and Taryn, for them, for Josh. I'm Mark. Thanks for joining us. It's all been a production of the Olney Sports Broadcasting Network.